In today's video, we're going to be talking about orbital quilting. Hi, I'm Kim Jamieson-Hirst of Chatterbox Quilts, and recently I was in Toronto, Ontario at Quilt Canada 2025, and I had the chance to meet so many amazing quilters, and two of the most amazing quilters that I was really looking forward to meeting were Aline and Natasha Bugarin. Now, Aline and Natasha came all the way up from Brazil to teach a class on their orbital quilting method. So if you haven't heard about their method, it's all about doing custom quilts, doing, everyday quilts, if you want to call them that, with continuous line stitching, and they have a method called orbital quilting that they use to do this. So check out the interview I had with Aline and Natasha, and make sure to go to their website at orbitalquilting.com for more details on their method and their programs. Hey everybody, I'm at Quilt Canada 2025, and I'm excited to be talking today to Aline and Natasha Bugarin. They are from Orbital Quilting, all the way up from Brazil. So glad you could come up, ladies.
Thank you so much.
And tell me a little bit about Orbital Quilting. What is Orbital Quilting?
I go, okay. So Orbital Quilting is not only the name of our company, but it's also the way we think promotion quilting and custom quilting. So it's a method of learning, doing, and enjoying free motion quilting and custom quilting. And it's quite simple. It revolves around making it physical from the body perspective and the brain perspective, instead of making the design going into your body or brain. We bring the body and brain to the design. So it's kind of a counterintuitive road,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also, we have this method called orbital quilting architecture, which is the soul and face of what we think about promotional quilting. That it can be done, that custom quilting can be done by anyone inside their skills, our beauty, and we can also find joy, especially if you don't have to stitch in the ditch if you don't want to. Just for traveling, or traveling by backtracks, or making a lot of stops and breaks on our threads. So it's all about having fun in the stage you are and finishing your quilts in the best way possible, because it's possible to have beautiful finishing even if you're a beginner, and then you can carry that knowledge, that method throughout your whole journey and do very intrinsic, very complicated designs within the same mind space, like not having to do ditches, not having to travel if you don't want, and all those kind of stuff.
So you specialize in continuous quilts too, right?
Yeah.
So that's really great because that saves time, right?
Right.
And you're talking about not backtracking,
Yeah.
But I mean the continuous quilting, and that's when you talk about the brain.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing, to sit down and figure that out. So I know I've watched your videos, it's Natasha quilting, and it's kind of like you said, counterintuitive sometimes.
Yeah.
But once you see it and you do it, you go, oh, this works really well.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is you can apply those designs to all different kinds of spaces and areas, right?
Yeah.
As well. So you have online courses, correct?
Right. We have two programs going on. We have kind of special workshops that are kind of smaller and they are more accessible. But I like to talk about the programs because they are like fun for a lot of time.
Yeah.
So on free motion quilting domination, we got the orbital method to apply it's kind of a gym, but for your brain, to do free motion quilting.
Okay.
So it's very different, but it's a lot of fun, and we do 15 weeks of exercises.
So
on the road. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, and it's like 10 years of skills packed into that program. And it's amazing because at the first month, you can already do a lot of crazy beautiful things. So it's super excited. It's super exciting to keep going,
Right.
because right from the, you don't have to wait for the 50 weeks to be good at quilting. You know, you can do beautiful things.
Yeah.
The first challenge, it's about 6 weeks after, and people are like always saying, wow, I was not expecting to quilt so beautifully at this point. Yeah, so it's amazing. But that's why I love to talk about them. And then I would like for you to talk about the orbital quilting architecture, because you're more concise than me.
Well, it was born when we started to quilting for customers, and the first quilt we made was terrible because we spent a lot of time burning threads. And I tell Aline, I cannot deal with that. I cannot. It's impossible to be doing this. I want to quilt, not bury threads. And I need to know what I'm going to do. I need to know that it's going to be good, and I don't want to unpick, and I don't want to ditch, you know. So I said, this is just like building a dream house. That's why it's orbital quilting architecture. So we just make this analogy, 4 steps, like foundation. You have to have otherwise, you know, you don't want to be in that building. And then you go with that analogy, and you can plan your quilting and have the continuous path that for me is like a point of honor. It's not something, oh, am I going to have this continuous? No, it's like, I will, and then I will figure out the designs I want to put, and I'll test them first, so I don't have to unpick anything if I don't like it, because I know I'm going to like. So, you know, I'm a really planner person, so I really needed that. So we create the orbital quilting architecture for that.
And Natasha's an architect, so
Yeah.
that sounds very natural for her. You know, like, let's plan a dream house. Okay, I can dream about a dream house, but I cannot play that. But she could, and that was she saw quilting in a very unique way. You know, she saw that the results that we wanted, and then in cinema, in the movie industry, we call that decoupage. You stripped away everything, so you can like dial everything, and you can change the orders of everything. And Natasha sees the work like that, so she could look at quilting and say, "Oh, I want that result. I want continuous quilting, so I will get that and put as my priority." Right from the beginning.
Right.
So when I do anything, that will be the way I'll get there. You know, so it's amazing. It's amazing to see how she created all those steps. It's only 4 steps for this method, but it's amazing that you can quilt anything continuously.
Right.
Like the most peachy patchwork, you know, those one with little corners and kind of that ones that they give us headaches. They are so easy in 4 steps, and it's amazing to see how she developed that early in our careers, because it was like a month after we started quilting. So it was very new and very exciting, and I love to teach it, because then we can see what people do in their style within that method, because it's not a design-based knowledge.
Yeah.
So people can do their styles. So that's why I love it. And we love to taught it. And we do club meetings monthly to practice orbital quilting architecture together live. It's amazing. It's like a whole world of free motion and custom fun.
Now you can see what people are doing with what, you know, you give them the basics, or if you will, sort of design ideas and that type of thing, and then they run with it, see what they do. But it makes you think a totally different way. But when you talk about having to stop and do your threads for customers and all that stuff, it takes a lot of extra time. And even if you're just quilting for yourself, saving that time means that you can move on to the next project.
Yeah, it's no fun at all.
And you get, and like you said, there's simple, you know, designs that you show, simple technique, but very powerful. And so when you put it together, it's, you know, allows people to move forward, give their own, you know, style to it, use their own personal style, using your techniques, which is of course what teacher you always hope people will do.
We want people to create their things using our easiness, their things. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, sure. So if people are interested in finding out more about you, what's your website?
Well, they can go to orbitalquilting.com or our Instagram page, which is Orbital Quilting Just that.
Just Orbital Quilting.
Just Orbital Quilting. And then if you type custom at one of our Instagram posts, you get a free ebook and a free mini course.
Oh, nice.
Just by typing custom and moving along.
And then you'll get a taste of the type.
Yeah, and then you also enter our newsletter that I heard is a lot of fun. I've heard people say that. Because I heard it's a lot of fun. Weekly, so.
Nice. Well, I appreciate both of you talking to me today.
It was so nice to meet you. I want to thank you so much. She's the best. She's like really the best in real life, not only for videos or any kind of that shit. Okay.
And good luck teaching your class tomorrow. Have fun.
Thank you
I'm sure
so
your students are going to have lots of fun. And I'm thrilled to hear you're going to be in Winnipeg next year. That is
Oh,
great.
yeah, we'll be there. Will you be there? Oh, that's so fun. Okay, we should get there.
Thanks. Now we got to go and do some things at Quilt Canada.
Okay, bye.
I hope you enjoyed that interview with Alini and Natasha. They have so many great ideas and they're so full of energy. And if you're wondering about free motion quilting and some edge-to-edge designs, well, don't worry, I've got you covered. Check out this video that has all the important details for you. And for more helpful quilting information, be sure to go to my website at www.chatterboxquilts.com.